ಕನ್ನಡ ಚಿತ್ರರಂಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದೊಂದು ಕರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರಲಿ. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಹಿಂದಿ इज नो मोर द नेशनल लैंग्वेज.
मैं बॉलीवुड में 3 चीजें चेंज करूंगा.
क्या आपके पास?
एक तो नाम ही चेंज करूंगा. ये
नाम क्या रखें?
हिंदी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री रखो यार.
हाँ.
The topic has touched many nerves, be it socially or politically. It has gained more friction since the BJP gains to the power. The Saffron Party has almost exclusively put the focus on the use of Hindi language in an official capacity in administrations across the country, citing colonial hangover as a reason behind the push. Not long back, Union Home Minister Amit Shah had said Hindi should be accepted as an alternative to English and not to local languages. He said, and I quote, "People from different states should speak Hindi, not English." And of course, the statement was enough to ignite a massive linguistic debate. Presiding over the 37th meeting of the Parliamentary Official Language Committee in Delhi, Amit Shah had said Prime Minister Narendra Modi decided that the medium of running the government is in the official language and this would definitely increase the importance of Hindi. A Twitter fuss between actor Ajay Devgn and Sudeep has once again trained the spotlight on the debate that has been raging since independence. Hindi as India's national language. At the trailer launch of the film, or the deadliest gangster ever, Sudeep reportedly corrected someone on the use of the term pan-India regarding the reach of Kannada movies. Reacting to the comment on the blockbuster movie KGF Chapter 2, Sudeep said, "Everyone says that a Kannada film was made on a pan-India level, but a small correction is that Hindi is not a national language anymore."
ಕನ್ನಡ ಚಿತ್ರರಂಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದೊಂದು ಕರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರಲಿ. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಹಿಂದಿ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಮೋರ್ ದಿ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನೋ ಮೋರ್ ಅ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್. ಸೊ ಹಿಂದಿ ಶುಡ್ ಸೇ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಟುಡೇ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ತೆಲುಗು ತಮಿಳಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಡಬ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಒದ್ದಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ, ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಪ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ವಿ ಆರ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನೌ ಡೇಸ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಟುಡೇ ವಿ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ರೀಚಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿವೇರ್.
Although Sudeep's comment did not go down well with Devgn, who took to Twitter and wrote in Hindi that Hindi was and always be the national language. He further asked the Kannada actor why his films were dubbed in Hindi if it wasn't the national language. But the spark turned to fire with back-to-back replies, where Sudeep said, "I didn't understand the text you sent in Hindi. That's the only cause we have all respected, loved and learned Hindi. No offense, sir, but was wondering what would the situation be if my response was typed in Kannada. Don't we too belong to India, sir?" Until then, Ajay Devgn was almost trolled for his lack of knowledge on the national language and also pointing out that southern movies depended on Bollywood. So basically, they are hurt. Chiranjeevi recalled time when he felt insulted in Delhi, where Bollywood was portrayed as India's movie, but South Indian movies was portrayed as regional ones. Zuba Kesri category, people were roasted again by Nawazuddin when in an interview he said that scripts are written in Hindi, Roman, English.
दूसरे जो हमारे पास जो स्क्रिप्ट आती है रोमन में आती है, उसको याद करना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है. तो मैं देवनागरी में मांगता हूँ, देवनागरी में दो स्क्रिप्ट. तो स्क्रिप्ट और तीसरा ये कि जो आसपास पूरी एक अजीब सी एक वो है ना, आप हिंदी में फिल्म बना रहे हो लेकिन डायरेक्टर भी असिस्टेंट भी सारे इंग्लिश में बात कर रहे हैं.
Following to an interruption of language war, Chief Minister of Karnataka, said state is formed on linguistic basis. Language is also an identity. But the twist here is that two former Karnataka ministers, Siddaramaiah from Congress and H.D. Kumaraswamy from JDS, joined Sudeep. Kumaraswamy said nothing to find fault in his statement. Just because mass audience relates to Hindi, that does not turn a language to national. Now, each language has its own history, and factually, Tamil is the oldest language. So, should it get turned to the national language? Interestingly, this time the clash is not political, but rather it's regional. And the Congress in the south supports Sudeep. On the other hand, Congress in the north support Ajay Devgn. K.K. Mishra says if Hindi is not the national language of India, then it's of which country? Pakistan? If Kangna would have said such lines, then it was understandable. But why Ajay Devgn? He himself has tweeted 30 tweets, of which 28 are in English. Why to hold a flag when you do not practice honoring the flag yourself? Not to forget that Ajay Devgn's career is based on remarking southern films. There are several examples, but blockbuster film Singham is also the remake of Tamil movie Surya. This is more like one promoting soda and brushing off the blame of advertising alcohol. Is Bollywood insecure of southern movies? If we go through the list of the year, RRR worldwide across have 1000 crore, KGF Chapter 2 followed with bagging 1000 crore worldwide, and the third stands the Kashmir Files bagging 337.6 crores. Now, no one can deny the numbers that clearly shows that the southern movies are far ahead than Bollywood. Well, again, to remind you that Hindi is our official language, not the national language. So this was Swastika Shruti taking off from Anynews. Until then, for more interesting news and information, stay tuned with our channel, Anynews.